When we saw the motion, and I'll be fast, when we first saw the motion, we thought you were going to extend Aaron's contract as is for 64 days. But in talking, just we had a conversation, and there's a clarification. I think it was when you say extension, it's versus. I think the will of the president at that time was to go take it back for the committee for more vetting, to figure out which, to get these things going on. But at the same time, though, the concern was, well, if you go vet without, and the understanding was, starting last week, Aaron no longer will get any more funds. It's up to $10, okay? So the 64 days, our concern was, wait a minute, that means you'll be out of luck with the website down, but then we just realized now, Michelle knows how to do the website, Jackie knows how to do website, but it comes to a couple of items that needs some training on. So if that's the case then, so it's a 64 days would be to vet out another vendor to do the work. So we're not going to say, so Miguel, to answer your question, so as part of the motion back to us, that motion will say we're not going to, either we terminate the contract with Aaron or we continue with Aaron, but we pay no more than $10.
We don't even have a contract with him, so it wouldn't even be the language.
Yeah, well, just there's some language in there saying that you're not going to be using him, anymore.
So can I amend before anybody wants any more questions? Before I make my amend?
Okay, I know a little, the thing on? Yeah. I know just a little bit to get myself in trouble here. But the cPanel usually belongs to the web host, doesn't it?
Yes.
And so therefore, maybe I'm misunderstanding something. Aaron would be the web host, but who's Lunar Pages then? Is that Aaron?
Domain. No, that's us, solely us.
So
That's nothing to do with him.
So who has the cPanel? Is it Aaron or
Lunar Pages is a company that we pay money to, so they host the domain for us. cPanel is a different service that we also pay money to, which provides us another service for our website.
So if I may,
Yeah, because
cPanel is the hosting company that actually has this online storage provider. And the first company that you mentioned,
Lunar Pages.
they're only the domain registrar.
Oh, okay.
They're not hosts, they're domain.
It's like 2 cows in there, or something like that. Okay.
So we couldn't even change cPanel to any other server. We could even do Google. Google does actually charge $50 per person who want to change it to Google, but I think where it's at right now, it's fine, because we do have administrating access to cPanel, which is key.
Yeah.
That's what we needed,
So we,
You want to go first? Yeah, a couple more questions in terms of the information that was provided here.
Ugo, can I jump in quickly?
Sure.
We need to discuss this in greater detail, and I think it would be more appropriate to discuss it at a committee. And then Sonny can probably join in at the committee and anyone else who'd like to. But I think for the sake of time, we have to kind of move on to the next meeting, next agenda. Because we're behind schedule. So if that's okay, then would you like to?
Do I say amend? I'd like to amend, and actually not a committee, because I am the one doing all the administrating on it, that LA-32 NC use Aaron Devandry for web host only, $10 a month. That's it. Web hosting, that's it. He doesn't get more than that.
So we're going to pay him $10 a month, and he's going to host the website, and that's it. And if there needs to be any other discussions about this, if we do want to go select a vendor, then we're going to put it in a committee, and then we're going to let everybody know about it, and hopefully Sonny can educate us all a little bit on it, and help us understand what we need to look at, what we're looking for.
You need a second on the amendment.
I'll second the amendment.
Now you need discussion. Public first.
Is there a second on the motion?
I second it.
With Cynthia motions, is there any discussion from the public? No comments from the public? Okay, any further comments from the board?
Okay, the only problem I have with this is that a few minutes ago it said we're going to go to discussion to a committee. And now it's not going to go to committee. It's either going to go to committee or not, because I really think that we need to discuss this further, because the fact that at some point we need to decide whether or not whatever we have right now is going to be sufficient for us. Okay? Because what if we find out that there's problems or there's other needs that we have? And I do have some concerns that I've expressed before, and I would like to bring those up in committee in terms of the way things are being done now.
So we absolutely should put it on the next committee agenda. Let me recognize Anthony, President Lozano.
Relating specifically to the amendment, I think the amendment to pay $10 for Aaron is already incorporated into the previous motion, and I know Michelle has been doing a lot of the work diligently. It wouldn't change any of that work. Aaron won't be doing any of the work. I think it would, this motion, the way I provided it, would allow us to send it to committee, to come back with a recommendation, and nothing will change from this very second till at least March 1st. Aaron is out of the picture. We're not paying him his monthly payment. He still gets his $10. Michelle and whoever else on the board, and Jackie and other vice president, has full administrative access, so we're still in compliance. But this just allows us to have a committee come back, so I would say no to the amendment.
I say you say yes to the amendment because when there's a plugin that's not properly coded into the design of the web page, do you know how to do a plugin? Do you know how, Jackie? I don't know how to do a plugin. So the web host comes in and does the plugin. That's what the web host does. The web host does not maintain. He does a plugin. And in that terminology means that he could plug it in and then you could see it again. So I say we still vote on the amend, and if you still want to create a committee after, that's fine.
Okay.
But I think we need to give Gracie an answer.
Quick comment.
Quick comment.
So I agree with Michelle to the extent that, so there are two issues that we're looking at. One is the hosting, other is the site editing. $10 for the site hosting, what he's offering, you're not gonna get anywhere else. Trust me, I do it all day long. This is my line of work. So for the hosting, I think there's nothing to discuss, really. For the editing, the plugins and other issues and designs and all that kind of stuff, that's something that you might need, but it's not something for which I would want to pay every month. That should be handled through a committee on as-needed basis, but this is not something for which we should commit to pay on a monthly basis. Hosting is pretty straightforward. Steve Bennett comes with hosting. You can stay with him, you can go wherever, but you're not going to get $10 for a dedicated server anywhere on the planet.
Yeah, and that $10 is not his, it's not his option. It's what EmpowerLay said, that's what he gets.
So which motion covers what you just said? A or B?
It's just a comment.
So his comment is to go with Aaron, right? To take him up on his $10 a month,
And still get a committee going.
and to still for hosting, and to send this item to a committee so that it can be further discussed, because it does need to be further discussed. What if we do have a need? What if there is a need for
And we
future
change a
editing,
vendor.
right?
Or we change Aaron out.
Or we change a vendor. So I guess the amendment should be that we continue paying Aaron. Well, we now pay Aaron $10 a month, and then we send this item to executive committee.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
We're involving a committee. Do we have a committee for this subject?
Executive committee.
Membership and outreach or
Only- only the-
Membership and outreach. Under the
I
bylaws.
would highly recommend that we have to set up an ad hoc committee and get, what was it?
The bylaw says membership and outreach.
Workshop from the.
Yeah, the bylaw says membership and outreach.
to get-
All right. It's got to go to member. The bylaws say to membership and outreach.
And then
But you didn't give it to
moderated by the vice
executive.
president. The
So-
vice president oversees to make sure that the membership does it. And then it will go down to the recording secretary, then corresponding secretary. All those three individuals have.
Okay. So
And then hopefully by then, maybe Wendy Moore, the one that EmpowerLay recommended, maybe she might give us some training and stuff, and then we'll bring that back to you. But for now, just, my recommendation was the $10 a month. You're gonna add the, okay, so I take back my amend?
So I'd like to amend item 7A.
This one?
Yes. And so this is the item that we're on. I'd like to make an amendment to this. So that I'd like to amend this, that we now, going forward, pay Aaron $10 a month and then send this item to committee for
No, it's not. It
No, it's not.
doesn't specifically say that. It's
And membership and
very
outreach.
vague. It's very
And send
vague,
this to-
so
So again, the motion is to move going forward, pay Aaron $10 a month, and then send this this item to the outreach committee so that it could be further discussed. Okay, is there a second to that amendment? Okay, we have a second. Is there any public comment on this item? No public comment. Any board discussion? Okay, let's vote to approve the amendment. All in favor?
It's a funding item.
It's a funding
$10.
item. Here we go. Roll call. Let's vote on this. Maribeth?
Yes.
Jackie?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Perla?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Michelle?
Yes.
Karina?
Yes.
Jose?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Sonny?
Yes.
Marcia is not here. Cynthia?
Yes.
Rolando's not here. Ugo?
Yes.
And Anthony?
Yes.
Okay. 13 ayes and 2 absences. Okay, so the amendment is approved. Now we actually have to vote on the item. So would somebody like to move this item forward? 7A. Dr. Tom moves it forward. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. Karina, so then the item is to now, going forward, pay Aaron $10 a month and then move this item to Outreach Committee. All right, let's vote on this item. Here we go, roll call. Oh, I'm sorry, is there any public comment on this? No public comment, any board discussion? Yes,
Is there any requirement to have the outreach committee report back by?
Yeah, next month.
let's have the outreach,
In a month.
next month, we'll
We'll have it
expect,
next month.
Next month,
yes,
Oh, yeah. We'll have it.
30 days.
30 days. Report back in 30 days. All right, let's, any other board comment? Okay, let's vote on this. Maribel?
Yes.
Jackie?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Perla?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Michelle?
Yes.
Karina?
Yes.
Jose?
Yes.
Dr. Tom?
Yes.
Sonny?
Yes.
Marcia is not here. Cynthia?
Yes.